Jumping all over the place.
Now, yeah.
But why would I call my CD? I mean, someone who's been with the infamous Frank Zappa, the weird, the unpredictable Frank Zappa. And I did, what, let me see, 13, 14 albums with him.
Yeah.
Why do you think I would call my CD Balls?
Because that's what you have to have in order to do that.
Pisspot,
Now,
you're more intelligent than you are. Don't let anybody tell you any different.
Now in Spain, is your album called Cajones?
Yeah, no, it's actually called, yeah, but they probably do, you know, Cajones. I haven't been to Spain yet, but I'm sure they probably do, you know, since, you know, that is
That's
Spanish
a big market.
balls.
You should dub all the lyrics in Spanish.
But if you look really close at these beautiful animals here, you will see that they all have 2 tennis balls in their mouth.
And it appears to be the same dog.
No, it's not.
Oh, no,
this is Lucia. She's an Italian English Staffordshire Pit Bull Terrier. She is English, but she thought she was Italian. That's why I call her Lucia. And then Lucia. And this guy down here, his name is Murphy. And that's her son, her firstborn. His name is Murphy. Well, what happened is when I was composing the music, that's on the back of here, what you can see, with my 1977 photo.
You got the hair action going.
Well, you know, it's like, you know,
it's like a halfway Rick James going there.
The thing about it is that you don't want to change too much, or when you try to do some publicity with you're trying to.
Right.
You want to look the way they remember.
The way they picture you in their minds.
The way that you looked the last time they saw you. But anyway, when I was composing all these songs, this little dog here, Lucia, was a puppy. And so she would bring her tennis ball. I would give her a tennis ball to chew on because, as you know, English Staffordshire Pit Bull Terriers and Pit Bulls in general like to chew.
They love to chew.
They love to chew. So it's either my furniture or tennis balls. It was cheaper to buy tennis balls. And then after she got to like tennis balls, I could actually take her to a tennis court and have her get free tennis balls.
Yeah.
The bushes where the regular tennis players would not tread simply because of all the stickers and stuff like that. But you know, dogs, they don't care about stickers. I mean, you probably don't either.
No, I cry right under them.
I mean,
I was born in a briar patch.
See, I knew you would.
That when I get in trouble, that's the first thing I say is, please don't throw me in that old briar patch.
I knew. What was your name again?
Pisspot the rabbit.
Pisspot. I've got to get used to that name. Pisspot the rabbit. But you know, you understand where I'm coming from.
Yeah.
Well, anyway, what happened while I was composing this music, and she would bring the ball and set it down by my foot, sit down herself, and then she would pat me on the knee like this with her paw. And I'd look down and she would look at the tennis ball and then look outside because the door was open. I'd pick the ball up and I'd throw it outside, okay? And she'd bring it back quickly and disturb me again.
Right.
So I said, how can I stop this? So what I did was I threw 2 tennis balls. And every time she'd bring one back, I said, no, don't get the other one, because I taught her English, because these dogs are highly intelligent.
Right.
They're not like American bad breeding pit bulls, you know, with incest and all of that.
Right.
These are purebred English Staffordshire Pit Bull Terriers with a lot of intelligence. Anyway, so one day she came back with both tennis balls in her mouth, which, you know, eliminated the fact that she had to go back 2 times just to get the 2. And so I followed her one day, and if you look at this picture up here, you'll see how she puts them in her mouth. What she would do is she would push one tennis ball in her mouth with her paw to this side, and then the top of her lip act like Velcro, as you can see in the finished picture here. And then she'd push the other tennis ball in her mouth and have this top of her lip act like Velcro, as you can see the picture in the middle. You checking this out, Pisspot?
Oh yeah.
This is the real deal. And so so all of her offsprings, they saw Mom with 2 tennis balls in her mouth, and they figured, hey, I guess that's what we're supposed to do.
That's the way it goes, yeah.
And so anytime you could see a dog in San Jose, California, that was an English Staffordshire Pit Bull Terrier with 2 tennis balls in their mouth, people that knew me says, I know who trained that dog. And they says, what do you mean? You know, that dog was trained by NAPOLEAN Murphy Brock. They said, that's right, because that was my trademark. Subsequently, I wrote these songs while I was training these beautiful people that some people call dogs, but they were the best roommate I ever had.
Oh yeah.
She loved everything I did and never complained. But anyway, that's why I called it Balls, because I dedicated it to them. They've all passed away now from old age, but they had good lives. But because they were there when I created this music in '77, this is why I dedicated the CD to them and used the very marketable phrase, balls.
Right.
You know,
simple, to the point.
But hey, it makes you turn your head and go, why? The name of it is what? You know, like that. But that's the story.
Well, now they'll know.
That's the
now
story.
They'll know.
Well, yeah, absolutely. Well, Pisspot, I'm depending on you to go and tell all your hairy friends.
Oh, I will.
That I'm a lover of hairy people.
I'll spread it throughout the hairy kingdom.
You do that, Pisspot.
Although most of my hairy friends are actually human beings.
Really?
Which is, yeah.
You got hair on me. I mean,
Yeah,
it's not like yours, you know, but it's bunched in other parts. In certain parts of my body, it bunches up, you know.
You know, you got to find a certain kind of lady who likes that hair, especially on the back. You know?
Hey, listen.
That's usually something they're not too keen on.
No, mine's mostly on my chest and my legs and my arms and other places that I have no control over.
Right.
Under my arm, you know.
Well, listen, man, it's been an honor and a privilege to talk to you.
Well, Pisspot, I'm glad you saw the show last night because, I mean, naturally.
I'll see every show.
And you made a bunch of footage from that because I remember seeing you at one point, and I think I did something.
You did a little liars and cheaters and people like you.
Yeah, well, hey, you had the camera on. And I believe this, Pisspot. Camera, action, showtime.
Oh, yeah.
You know what I mean?
Oh, yeah, I know.
Showtime,
Trust me, I know all
Catch that
about
moment,
that.
you know, Pisspot. Catch that moment. Man, you're really cool, Pisspot.
Thanks. Thanks.
So, were you drinking last night?
Oh, I'm always drinking, yeah. I'm not ashamed
Did you have a hangover this morning? You look like you're leaning forward a little bit. You look like you've been held up by a little help there, you know.
I'm always held up.
A handy hand or something like that, you know.
Yeah, well, you know, it's what runs me, but, you know, it's kind of uncomfortable where it goes. You know what I'm saying?
Pisspot, don't worry about that. Hey, listen, it's better to be moving around than laying flat.
Oh, yeah, tell me about it. I'm in a bag 6 days out of the week, and
Really?
they let me out for this. Sure,
Really?
I'm in a backpack.
No.
Yeah, I'm a puppet. Come on.
Pisspot, listen.
I know there's suspension of disbelief and stuff.
It's really difficult. I mean, my story about these other fairy guys, it's really hard for me to conceive that you're only just a puppet.
Hey,
because I see, you know, I'm able to recognize personality, character,
that's right.
charm.
See, most people, a lot of people don't look at
Nicotine
the
and alcohol breath.
Yeah.
I mean, those are human traits, Pisspot.
Well, usually, you know, Kermit's breath smells like pork.
Really?
Yeah.
Oh, that's right.
Yeah,
He does suck
it's
on
the old
that. I mean,
joke.
he does mess around with that pig.
Right,
huh?
right.
And I'm sure she's always eating pork. I mean, what else would she eat? I mean, but Pisspot, you sure you wouldn't like to go on Sesame Street?
Well,
You'd have to give up smoking and drinking.
it would be a momentous occasion on PBS when they announced Pisspot the Rabbit, you know. And they got Oscar the Grouch. It's going to be some sort of standoff with Oscar the Grouch.
But hey, you know,
I've had all sorts of. You remember Greg the Bunny?
Yeah.
That really pissed me off.
Really?
Man. Yeah.
Oh.
Here I am on my public access TV show slaving. And then some Fox guy comes out, Greg the Bunny. And then all of a sudden everybody's like, oh, it's Greg the Bunny. Oh, and what about that dog that for me to poop on dog?
Oh,
I get comparisons to him too.
Oh,
just for being a puppet, you know?
Pisspot, hey, I empathize with you, dude. Dude, I know where you're coming from. I totally empathize with you.
Hey, you got any dirt on any of the other guys in the band? Anything good and juicy?
Pisspot, just between you and me, they're really cool, man.
Oh,
They're really
man.
cool. They're really cool, man.
Nothing.
Man, they're really cool. They show up for the gig.
What's
they
up
show
with
up
that?
for the sound checks.
And they're musicians?
They're musicians. They remember their parts, and they actually execute them with a vavoom.
But that's on stage.
Enthusiasm.
I mean, off stage, you know. You know, kinky predilections, or
I'm busy with my own kinky
you know,
stuff off stage.
yeah.
I ain't got time to watch them. You know.
you guys are in
my
your
own
separate
kinky thing.
suites,
That's right.
getting your grapes peeled.
Well,
Yeah, I know how that is.
like I said, we have our own separate suites.
Or whatever you want to call it, you know.
And we're trying to get a little celestial gratification. We'll call it that, Pisspot.
Now, do you play with some other bands too sometimes, right?
Well, yes,
I
I'm a
saw you
regular
in Buffalo with another Zappa band.
Well, I'm a
Symphony.
regular member of.
Negative K, nothing further.